I'm so excited to talk about the new Rodecaster Video. Whether you're a solo creator, a worship pastor responsible for live streaming, or part of a small production team, this device is designed to make your workflow smoother by combining audio and video into one powerful tool. My name is Patrick. I'm a worship pastor and a content creator living in NYC, and I'm here to encourage, equip, and empower worship leaders and content creators like you. So let's get into it. Now, we've seen products like this before. The Rodecaster Video is an all-in-one video and production console that gives you control over nearly every aspect of your production. Think of it like a blend of the ATEM Mini Pro ISO video switcher and the Rodecaster Duo audio interface. A lot of words there, sorry. Whether you're live streaming, running a podcast, or hosting a small event, this console has your back. And it's not Rode's first jump into the creation space. The Rodecaster, Rodecaster Pro, Streamer X, and all the amazing audio gear that Rode has released over the years can be found in toolkits of creators across the spectrum. This is something that Rode is very familiar with, but it is a jump further into this space, somewhere that kind of haven't gone yet. So let's talk about what you get in the box and then how this thing works.
What's in the box?
When you order the Rodecaster Video, you get the switcher itself, which feels durable, it's well built, and it's something that doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It's definitely going to last. You also get a high-speed USB-C cable, and don't lose this. It's crucial to have that high-speed USB-C cable for high-quality connections. Now, these high-speed cables, if they are lost, or if you have to go buy one, they're expensive. Unless you buy the one that I have linked below in the description. It's low cost and it's lasted me forever. Nobody is paying me to say this. I bought this with my own money. Clicking those links in the description really helps me out. Rode's not paying me to make this video. They probably don't even know that I'm making this video, but you're watching this video, so help me out. Feel free to click the links down below. There's some affiliate links down there that are really going to help you find the gear you need. Let's move on. Also in the box, you're gonna see a power supply, you're gonna see 2 antennas for Wi-Fi connectivity, and you're not going to see the cover that protects the Rodecaster Video, but I would highly suggest that you buy that as an accessory. But you cannot open the box without first talking about price. The Rodecaster Video is going to launch, it's not quite out yet, at $11.99, $1,200. Is it worth it? Let's break down the features to help you decide. Inputs and outputs are the heartbeat of any production switcher like this, and the Rodecaster Video gives you 4 HDMI inputs, or does it? We'll get to that in a second. All of these inputs are capped at 1080p. Now this means no 4K. And this is not uncommon. Most switchers will cap at around 1080, which is high-end for streaming, but if you're looking for the Rodecaster Video to be more of an ISO recording device, this might be frustrating, especially since the Streamer X, another product from Rode, will allow you to record in 4K. I personally cannot wait for switchers to finally allow us to record in 4K. This makes me hesitate to buy anything like the Rodecaster Video or the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. Every video I upload is in 4K. This video is in 4K.
How's bragging camp going?
And with the speed tech is moving at nowadays, I hope we're close to this dream, this 4K ISO record dream, becoming a reality. As a matter of fact, I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day. Someone was selling an ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, 8 inputs, all can be ISO recorded. And I was like, this is great. I can have my overhead cam, I can have a secondary shot, I can have my main shot, all recording and synced onto one SSD connected to that ATEM Mini ISO, ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, you get it. And I was about to hit buy, and then I realized, wait a minute, I can't record 4K. So these really high quality cameras I have, they're not going to be high quality on the record. I can still switch really, really well, but I think companies need to realize that we're not looking at these switchers to be just switchers anymore. We are looking for that ISO record capability, or maybe it's just me. Now, anybody out there would say, 1080 is fine. Now, of course it's fine, but I want to record in 4K. So I'm wondering if it's a price point issue, a production issue. Guys, let us record 4K ISO. Come on. Okay, these HDMI inputs allow you to connect up to 4 cameras. You can also get 2 HDMI outputs for sending your source or program feed to external monitors. And let's not forget about audio. You've got 2 combo XLR and 1/4 inch inputs with Rode's Revolution preamps. Now this is important. These are powerful enough to handle mics that typically need a cloud lifter. What's a cloud lifter? Well, this is so important, and it's a welcomed feature. Essentially, any mic can work well with the Rodecaster Video without needing any extra gear to give you the gain you need to be able to hear that mic. So in the past, a lot of podcasters that you've seen are using the Shure SM7B, wonderful low gain mic, and it just wouldn't give you the signal you needed unless you plugged it into your audio interface or your computer or whatever, using something called a cloud lifter, like this preamp that boosts the signal. But Rode's Revolution inputs, preamps, what have you, on their Rodecaster Pro and the Rodecaster Video allow you to plug any mic into it, and it's going to have all the gain you need. That's huge. Now, we talked about HDMI monitoring, those HDMI outs that allow you to go to multiple displays, but for audio monitoring, you have 2 headphone jacks and a speaker output for left and right channels. And if that wasn't enough, you can also pull in audio from HDMI sources, computers, even Bluetooth devices. And this is a real nod to Rode's expertise in the audio world. They've got audio figured out. Their mics and audio systems are great, and now they're incorporating them into this Rodecaster Video, obviously, which is a great call. There's also USB ports. The Rodecaster Video comes with a variety of USB-C ports. Each one serves a different function. So here we go. USB 1 sends your video and audio feed to your computer for streaming, recording, or video calls. So yes, this works with Zoom, it works with Ecamm Live, it works with Teams. So all of your cameras, all of your audio connected to this device, one USB-C cable going to your computer for all of your meetings, all of your live streams, whatever software you're using on your computer. USB 2 is a control port for the switcher, and it's also compatible with iPhones and other smartphones. So you're able to plug in your iPhone to the switcher and use it that way, just straight into USB. USB 3, wait, not USB, I shouldn't say USB 3, I should say the third USB port. This is where you plug in an external drive to record your video and audio files. So yes, once again, ISO recording, meaning everything coming into the switcher, both audio and video, can be recorded to a solid state drive plugged into that third USB-C port. And when you're done recording and you push stop, you have a folder with camera 1, 2, 3, 4, and you also have audio 1, 2, all your audio files split as well for editing. So if you're switching with the Rodecaster Video, that's great. But after the fact, if you're like, oh, I didn't like this one cut that I made, I actually want to see this person and not that person, you can go back and dump all those ISO files into your software like Final Cut or DaVinci or Premiere Pro, and then you're able to edit with a little bit more of a fine-tooth comb. But you know what it doesn't do? It does not give you an XML file with that recording. Now, if you don't know what an XML file is, long story short, you can open the project, like kind of like your stream that you just did. You can like open it as a project in one of those applications, and it already has all of the cuts that you made. So the Rodecaster Video gives you ISO recording, which ATEM Mini and these other devices do, but those other devices like ATEM, they'll also give you not only ISO recording, but that XML file to show you all the cuts you made, and then you can use those ISO files to change those cuts if you like in post. The Rodecaster Video, it gives you those ISO record files. It doesn't give you that XML file to be able to see all the cuts you've made live. So to me, that's a drawback. The fourth and fifth USB-C port are multi-purpose. You can connect capture cards, webcams, or even additional Rode devices. And what's really cool is that you can add more cameras via USB, like a webcam or a camera that supports USB video output. So technically, you could go beyond the 4 HDMI inputs and have 5 or 6 camera angles, which is nice. But again, the ATEM Mini Extreme, out of the box, you can have 8 camera signals. Rodecaster Video, only 4, but you can use those USB-C ports for cameras 5 and 6. Is that a drawback? Maybe you don't need that many inputs. I don't know, something to consider. One of the best parts of the Rodecaster Video is the smooth video switching capability, which we've already talked about a little bit. You can input up to 4 HDMI camera feeds, like I said, and switch between them with just the push of a button. This is what all of these switchers do. This isn't new. Every switcher does this, but the Rode buttons are getting like rave reviews. Everybody's just loving the tactile feel of the buttons. Switching between cameras is seamless, and it really feels like magic when you do it live. Your audience has no idea what's going on behind the scenes if you're live streaming, and it makes your production feel ultra professional. This is also great for if you're filming live podcasts or live events. If I'm filming a live band and I've got, wide angle, stage left, house right, stage right, house left, and I'm pushing record, and then in post, I'm having to decide which angle is in view, that's fine. But with a switcher like this, if stage left is singing, boom, I hit that camera and switch to it. And then after the fact, I have this live stream of all of my camera switches already done. That's just amazing. That's why you want to go for one of these switchers. Or if you're doing a live stream, video gaming, no one says video gaming, it's gaming. Yeah. If you're doing a live stream and you have your camera A, camera B, and an overhead shot, and you're talking to the camera like this, and you just want to say, yeah, here's this product I'm holding, boop, hit the button, you're now at the overhead angle. It just makes things look so professional. And again, you don't have to have high-end cameras to work alongside the Rodecaster Video. It takes just about any camera signal into it. So if you're using GoPros, if you're using my Sony FX30, if you're using the ZV-10, it's all good to go coming into this Rodecaster Video, and you're able to switch seamlessly. Being an audio company at heart, Rode didn't hold back with the audio features on this unit. The Revolution preamps, which we've already talked about a little bit, are strong enough to handle even the most demanding microphones. And I want to circle back to this because this has been a point of tension in the past that Rode has solved with the Rodecaster Video. So again, no external boosters needed, but you also get built-in audio effects like EQ, compression, noise gates, and more, all of which you can adjust in real time. There's also an audio delay feature, which is crucial for syncing your audio and video feeds perfectly. And without this, you might find that your voice doesn't match up with your mouth movements, which can be really distracting for viewers. So much of these audio controls can be adjusted right from the Rodecaster Video. And I saw one creator bring up the fact that if you're looking at an ATEM Mini, all of the buttons are pretty similar. Whereas if you're looking at the Rodecaster Video, the buttons feel and look different depending on what you're using. So if you're trying to change something, you're not going to accidentally hit another button. You're going to have kind of its own different tactile feeling button to change different features, which does separate it from other devices out there. But Rode products feature these amazing properties that you want to use out of the box, but you cannot enable or manipulate them fully without opening some sort of software from Rode. Not a huge deal, right? Wrong. So when you buy an ATEM, you understand that there is going to be some sort of a software setup. It's designed as such. But when it comes to Rode, they're like, look at all these amazing features that you can use on this device. But so many of them will have you pulling your hair out when you are in a rush and you have to individually plug in each of your Rode Wireless Go mics to make a setting change. See, before I started using Rode products, I had hair, just pulling it out. Now it's gone. Okay, that's not true. My hair's gone for other reasons, but you get it.
Well, hey there. I get asked all the time, how does your stuff look and sound so consistently good? And if you're asking that question, well, I have a free resource for you that's going to help you out. If you visit iampatrickmurphy.com/gear, I have a working document of every piece of gear I use to create the content you're viewing or listening to right now. Now, what do I mean by working document? Every time I try something new or buy something new, I add it to this list if I am using it. So you're always up to date with what you need to create the content that you should, because everyone should be creating. You have something to say, but you're not saying it, you're not filming it, you're not recording it because you don't know what you need to get that done. Well, that problem is now solved. Visit iampatrickmurphy.com/gear to get my list of gear and get started creating. Let's jump back into this episode, and I hope you have a great day.
So the fact that the Rodecaster Video has all these features is wonderful, but you will be digging through software to change them. The Rodecaster Video also has built-in wireless connectivity. Now, this is something they've been doing with the Rodecaster Pro, I believe, as well as now the Rodecaster Video. But this allows you to control the Rodecaster Video remotely with the Rode Central app. That's the same app you use to change all those settings we were talking about. And we already talked about my affinity for Rode apps. But simply put, I wish this was more accessible, but I get it. And the Rode Central app truly does have these, like the features I'm sharing, love it. But I would go for a device that had those features more accessible on it right in front of you. Portability isn't a massive concern for me. So having a larger device that has that control built right into it that I can change here instead of having to look at an app and, oh, I don't have my USB-C cable. How am I going to plug it into my computer to open the Rode Central app? Not cool. But one thing they have done on this Rodecaster video, I keep thinking I'm about to say the wrong thing. One thing they have done is give you those antennas that allow you to control it wirelessly. So I don't have a much better solution, and this is a step in the right direction, but as technology improves, I hope this becomes easier. Well, let's come back to the price for a minute. It's a $1,200 device. That's a significant investment, but for what it offers, I would say it's worth it, especially if you're doing live productions or podcasts. If you're already using an ATEM, it's not worth changing over to the Rodecaster Video for me, unless you're hearing a feature that you're like, oh, I must have that. But if you're on the fence and you're buying your first switcher, it makes sense to go with the Rode, especially with all of the audio extras it has built in. It's a powerful combination of a video switcher and an audio interface, and it simplifies what would usually require multiple pieces of gear. But listen, this new switcher from Rode solves some of your problems potentially, but this video on deck is what you need to check out to make your content really shine.